Okay, we want to look for a minute about jobs and how to run them in the foreground and background. So first off, a job is a process that you run, and you can manipulate those jobs. So let's take a look. If I look over here, jobs, I don't have any jobs that are running, but let's say that I VI something. All right. Right now I'm in VI, great. I'm going to do a Control Z to make sure I'm in command mode. Control Z to stop that job or pause it for a moment. I'm going to do jobs command again, and you can see that currently it is stopped. And it's just a stopped process. It's not ended, it's just paused. And if I do FG, it'll bring it back to our foreground. So I can then work on it again, and I'm back in VI. If I kill that and then do my jobs command again, I don't have any jobs that are running. So you could have multiple jobs that are running. Let's take a look at another one. Let's say that I'm running something like a command like this, running it in the background. And I can do jobs, and you can see how it's running. All right. So, and it also has a number that's affixed to it, a number 1. So using that number 1, we can do various things like kill the first job in my jobs list. And if I do the jobs command again, you can see now that it is terminated. Eventually, it won't show up there anymore. So it really doesn't matter what this does right here, but we're just looking at how the jobs command works. Okay, so it'll list your jobs in order of when they were activated. It'll only show jobs starting by the terminal where you've run the command. It doesn't show your process ID, and we can use some numbers to refer to those various jobs. Control C kills a process running in the foreground, and Control Z pauses or stops a process running in the foreground. It's important to know the difference between foreground and background. Here's an example. I'll run this one again. And let's just run it like this. What this command does is it prints hello every 2 seconds to the screen. You can see that. That's running in the foreground. Foreground means it's consuming my terminal. I can't like, I can try to type commands, but it's not interpreting them. So it's running in the foreground. If I do Control C, that will kill a job that's running in the foreground. Now, to have this run in the background, and since it has output, I'm going to redirect the output to some file called output. To run the process in the background, I'm going to do an ampersand at the end. And all that does is now it gives me back my terminal. Yay, I can do stuff. And if I do a tail minus F on output, tail just says show me what's in the file and redisplay that output every time it's updated. You can see every 2 seconds something's being written to that file. So if I do Control C here, I will kill the tail process that's running in the foreground. But if I look at my jobs here, I can still see that there's a job running in the background, not attached to my terminal. To kill that, I can do a kill %1, for example. Okay, so we looked at that. So FG can put a job in the foreground. You don't often use that command, but if I had 2 commands in the background, let's just take a look here for a second. I'm going to run this one in the background, and let's run it in the background again. So I have 2 jobs that are running. I could say, we'll bring the second job to the foreground, and you can see it's still sending stuff to the output, but it's in my foreground, and I can Control Z it if I want, and I can do jobs, and you can see it's stopped. Let's see if I can BG %2. And I do jobs again, and it's running in the background again. So there's the background and foreground. The thing I do most of the time is just like we do with the VI, some file, and I'm editing, and I have to jump out and look at something else. I'll do a Control Z to pause it, and then maybe I'll go look up something else. Okay. Something, oh, I got to go look at that. Okay, I found it. Jump back with the FG command, puts that back in my foreground. Control Z suspends it. You look at jobs, you can see there's my foo, that sort of thing. We could also kill these using a normal PS command, and I could grep for something like that. So I could do a kill like whatever, kill by PID or something like that. But that's what I want to talk about for jobs today.